What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out some Irish stand-up comedy, a comic by the name of Jarlath Regan. At least I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. As soon as I saw the title, I knew I had to check this out. I think this is going to be absolutely hilarious, explaining Irish wedding drinking to an American doctor.
I have no idea what Irish wedding drinking is.
I don't know what it is either.
Go to a wedding and get trashed.
I would do that.
Isn't that what everyone
I think that's what everybody does, right?
Especially if there's an open bar.
Is that just Irish or is that worldwide? Because I feel like that's kind of an American thing too.
We'll see. I don't know if that's what they're talking about.
I'm curious why he's explaining that to an American doctor and how he got into the position to explain Irish wedding drinking to an American doctor. But guys, anyway, enough rambling. Let's go in here and check this out.
A few years ago, my brother rang me from the United States of America, where he lives now, and asked me would I fly over and test to see if I was a match to give him a kidney. Yeah, I know, serious shit. The tension that entered the room there. I should point out he did really need it. He's not just one of those brothers who wants everything you have. He was really sick and nobody could really quite figure out what was wrong, and then the doctors at the Mayo Clinic figured out it was a bunch of issues that resulted in him now needing a kidney fast. So you say yes, right? You would say yes. Your brother rings you, you say yes because you're brother and you love him, but also because he's the favourite in the family and you know you'd never hear the fucking end of it if you were in any way connected to his death. He is the favourite. He knows he's the favourite. How many people in the room know what it's like not to be the favourite sibling? And the rest orphans, I assume, right? I know I'm not the favourite. We all know we're not the favourite. He is the favourite. It's that simple. My father once said to me at Christmas, he said, Jarlath, you know that when your mother was pregnant with you, it was your brother that prayed to Jesus that it would be a boy. Yeah, like what the fuck am I meant to do with that information? Like, what am I meant? Like, thank you for that. At least now we know why he did it. It's fucking spare parts. Come on board, guys. It's going to get a bit darker. No, I flew over fast. It had to happen fast. You had to get there quick for the testing, so I flew over quickly, and that was easy. That was the easiest bit. Getting to America was the easiest bit. There was no travel ban at the time, and even if there was, wouldn't have affected me. It's not like I come from a country with a history of terrorism. Oh, God. Good fun. We're all having fun. And I mean, the Mayo Clinic is basically NASA for medicine. We had top-to-toe testing for 48 hours. Every test imaginable. EKG, MRI, PPI, UFC. Tests I've never heard of. And I am coming out on top. And I have never gotten good results from any doctor at any point in my life. So I'm in shock. So much so that I'm kind of cocky going in on day 2. Doctor pulls me aside and goes, these tests are important. They are important. You're doing great. But the most important test is a psychological examination today. How's that now? What's that? What's that about now? It's a 2.5 hour interview with our best psychiatrist. Now, none of us know why this is, but when Irish people get asked questions, sincere questions, by Americans, the temptation to take the piss is so vast.
Oh, God.
It rises inside you. Like a giggle at a funeral.
Like a giggle at a funeral.
The more sincere they become, the more you think, I'm going to volley this into the back of the sarcastic net. And these are the most sincere questions any human being can ask another. First question, how would you feel if after donating the kidney, his body rejected it? Be fucking furious.
What are we all?
Oh, man.
If you're truly honest, it would be very, very frustrating.
This is one of those topics that, you know, you hope to God that his brother actually came out good on the other side. And I'm guessing that, I don't think, yeah, right. I think he had to, right? But, you know, before he said that, do you remember we saw that where the prank from the Irish funeral or whatnot? Remember the coffin? Do you remember that?
Yes, the recording.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. That was hilarious.
I would regard that as highly ungrateful. I'd get it back. I'd get it back off him. That'd be the next thing. Get it back off him. I'd tear it out his arse. Belly button, whichever. I'd get it back. You don't say it. But it comes to the front of your mind. Came to the front of my mouth. Instead, you give the answer you think the doctor wants to get so that you can get out of there and do the great thing. And then they start asking you questions about your alcohol consumption. And now you no longer need to take the piss. Because you're honest, you're real, your genuine Irish answers sound like piss-taking answers to any American doctor. And these are not difficult questions. Question number 1, do you drink? I give the perfectly acceptable Irish answer of, not really.
Not really.
It's a yes or no. Well then no. 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 Compared to my friends, no. We all know that's true. It's not an A or B answer. It's relative to these fucking idiots that you hang around with. And those men ridicule my drinking at every opportunity. She's like, so when would you drink? When do you drink? I said, well, never. I wouldn't. Like, I don't. I do, but like I wouldn't. I'm not. You couldn't put me in the category. I like when I'm going. No, listen here. To be totally honest with you, on my oath, Doc. Seriously, look at me. I don't. I would never. I never just drink. I never do that. I will occasionally drink. But I'll never just drink. The beautiful part about this moment here is all of you know exactly what that means. But the term drinking is not used in the clinic. They've never heard of the term. It's not in any of the forms. And it's very hard to explain the term drinking to an American doctor without using phrases like, you know what I mean, Doc, when you want to do a bit of damage. So she thinks she's in an intervention. She's around my side of the table. She's knee to knee with me. Tell me, when does the drinking occur? I mean, you guys know the answer. Weddings. Right? Everything else is child's play compared to this shit. The gloves come off at a wedding.
The gloves come off at a wedding.
At a wedding. Yeah, Jesus, somebody said. How many drinks would you typically... Who the fuck has ever counted? I think that's an undocumented figure. I don't think anybody has ever counted 1, 2, 3, 4 at a wedding. The question is not how many, the question is how long. How long are they going to serve us for? The question is, do I have a room at the hotel? Is there a bar extension? Did I bring cans? These are the questions. I was like, I don't know, Doc. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head now. I'm just there for the romance. You know. Be able to put a figure on that. Well, we've got time. Why don't we work through it? Can you explain to me how the drinking pattern works at an Irish wedding? It's like, if I do this, no Irish person is ever going to be permitted to give a kidney ever again. Instead, you're here. You can't deny it. You got to go. I said, well, the way it works for me is the night before. Go on Google Maps and I figure out where the church is. Right? Then I switch to Street View. Figure out where the nearest pub to the church is, right, guys? Go there at 11 o'clock.
The night before.
A few. Till it's time to go to the... She's horrified, shocked and appalled. Why would you do that? Because you don't know how long that ceremony is going to take. By the end of this, I'm explaining to her how it's not uncommon towards the end of the evening for an old man to climb over the bar at the wedding, start pulling pints to help out. And I'm pretty sure I'm walking out of there fully intact, blown out it's done. Instead, she says, it explains a lot. What you're saying to me explains a lot because it's the same pattern that we see among athletes who donate. They have a big game and a blowout and then a long dry period. Big game, blowout, long dry period. And athletes like you. Extremely high kidney function. That's what I'm seeing. I've never told a doctor to fuck off in my entire life. And that is one of the many steps that produced my brother now having 3 kidneys. 3 kidneys. And me flying on one.
Oh, that was awesome, guys. I love this guy. He is hilarious.
Yeah, I like him.
Now, I'd like anyone that's been to some Irish weddings to chime in. Is this accurate? Now, I now believe, based off what he's saying, I don't believe your average American wedding stands at all in any way. In comparison to what it sounds like. He's saying old men go over the bar to help everybody out.
I think he's accurate, though, in saying that it's the same here in the sense that at a wedding is when you really go hard.
No doubt, but it sounds like you guys, if you're Irish, you go a little bit harder than we do at the average American wedding. Now, I mean, like, we do drink, but it doesn't sound that crazy.
Usually here, I feel like it's if someone is paying the tab, like, you know, if you go to a wedding and all the alcohol's free.
Well, shouldn't it be?
Not always.
I know it's not always, but shouldn't it be, like, generally speaking? I mean, or at the very least, not very expensive. Yeah. You know, it needs to be cheap. But I've been to a few weddings. I haven't been to a crazy amount of weddings, but
we need to know more people get married.
Right. I mean, like, it's just like no one gets married anymore. No one.
They do, or at least the people in our lives, they do it cheaply. Like we did. We don't. You know, it wasn't a big thing.
Yeah, that's true. Like, that's another thing. I have a feeling that Irish weddings are like over the top big compared to your average American wedding nowadays. Like, I think at least in my head, I have this idea, and I could be wrong, but I believe that Irish weddings are probably still like weddings used to tend to be back in the States as well. They used to be big. Marriages were huge events, and nowadays it seems like they're less of a big deal unless you're in certain circles, like the wealthy, you know, and people that are, you know, some people, you know, if you've heard of the bridezillas, they go over the top and they'll go crazy and they'll spend like $100,000 on their wedding.
Yeah,
and that's not what I mean. I don't think that Irish weddings are necessarily expensive, but I think they're a huge deal. I think they're like a big party. I would love to go to what I think
they are
an Irish wedding.
But here in America,
you're right.
Like I think it's because, for me personally, I didn't want to waste a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You know? I
agree with that. And it does seem like weddings, if you do have a big one, it's about the money instead of the party itself and just the getting everybody together and whatnot. Here in America.
Yeah.
So, guys, I love this guy. He's hilarious. I definitely want to check out more from him. Let me know in the comments. Was he accurate? I think he might be.
I mean, I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, right. But guys, I think that's it for us today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.
Bye.